down things that describe the visual statements we're trying to make. I find it confusing because your instinct is kind of working on what you want to do, and yet in the back of your mind you're being distracted almost by, is this in the right place, or do I need to repeat this color over here, or those kinds of things. So I developed sort of a system for starting off with the AB3s, and this will give you just kind of good bones for beginning. And what the A means is alignment. What the B means is breathing space, and what the AB3, what the 3 means is thirds or threes. So what we're going to do today, and I have a willing volunteer. Fred's going to help me. We volunteered him to help me. We're going to build a fast couple of collages using the AB3s, the alignment, the breathing room, and the threes. And we're going to talk about using these as a springboard for painting. What I mean by that is, here's an example of a collage that's done with magazine photographs, because they're easy, they're cheap, and everybody has. Is it easier for me to just hold it up for you, or do you want to? Okay, these mirrors always confuse me, but if you want me to use that, I will. But this is, just a picture, a photograph of a bottle and some other textures and things like this. And then here's a painting that was inspired from that. This is, so you can see that you can take this a step further if you want, or you can just leave the collage as like a little sketchbook page if you want to. And this demonstrates the AB3s. The alignment part here is that the blue bottle is kind of pointing toward the center of the composition. The threes is that you can see the lines of thirds. If you've used your camera, you know about the 9-space grid and the rule of thirds. So things are placed on the thirds here. And the breathing space is the open space here that allows the textures in the object to kind of show themselves off. It's not cluttered, and yet it's not too terribly empty. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, so we're going to be building some collages like that. And I've also put her head on where the thirds would intersect. So the top third goes here, the third on the right goes here, and so now she's in almost a perfect place to act as a focal. What do you think? Huh? Yeah. Let's see how the cat. It's kind of nice. So we got Kitty on there, and my gloves, I think, are going to need to go probably about there. What do you think? Either there or coming up like that. What do you vote for? This one? Okay, all right. We're going to put it down here and pointing up. But white layers over the edges of these so that the images look like they're coming through the mist, sort of. We're adding some intrigue.
So it's not completely opaque.
It is completely opaque, but this stuff, BB, is called GAC 200. Have you ever used this stuff? This is a medium that I got from my friend Linda Rayel. Some of you may know Linda, I don't know, but it says it promotes adhesion, and it's a film hardener. And it's a really cool medium. I hadn't used it before. But you could also use, of course, any kind of acrylic matte medium, either gloss or matte. I prefer matte, but and if you're an oil painter, I don't know how this would work with oil paints, but
It doesn't.
you would. You know what you could do though, if you wanted to work with oil paints, you could do this, put an underlayer painting of acrylic, and then glaze over it with oil paints after you've sealed it with an acrylic. It would be gorgeous. It really would. So there are lots of ways to do it. This is strictly acrylic over right now. Let me give you a square of this. So there's your white. You need a lot of it. Here's your paintbrush. This a flat paintbrush works really well. And then just after we get the coat of white on there, we're going to do let's get some paper towels. We're going to also put in a little bit of quinacridone gold. I brought a few colors. My palette tends to be pitifully limited. I really love the teals and the quinacridone golds and the bronzes and the greens and things like that. I don't do a lot with primary colors, but you know what you do as you wish when you're doing this kind of exercise. Okay, so let's see. We need a paper towel to wipe off some of our glazes. You got yours? I got mine. Okay, what we're going to do now is just put in kind of a coat of white over all of this, and I'm going to hold mine up, and you can. Let's put a little of this gack stuff on so it's not,
What do you use that?
this is, this,
To thin it or?
it thins it and makes it a little more, I'm gonna use yours because I poured out a bunch of it. Makes it more translucent.
Oh, okay.
So let me show you how I use it. I put it on opaque at first, and then as I get closer to the image, I might put a little bit of that on to sort of make it more translucent. So I'm just gonna come in here with some paint and kind of put it around the edges of this, and now I'm gonna get a little of this gack stuff and just sort of, I'm just getting paint on here, and there's, again, you're just kind of slopping it on. Don't worry about covering it up, because you're going to then almost immediately come in and get your paper towel, and you can put a little water on it if you want to. Just kind of rub into it. Can you see this in the mirror? I don't know if you can or not, but I'll hold it up in just a second. I'm going to rub into it and remove some of the paint. It's looking good. Yeah, get it off her face. This is cool. Okay, so we're getting it off her. All else fails with your finger. Now, so we've got the veiling part on there. Get paint all over it. Get some paint down. I love the way the cat looks. Look how his little eyes look. That's neat. Okay, so we're going to put a little quinacridone gold in there. And where the breathing space is, you could use any color for this. Quinacridone gold is just magic. It makes everything look well. So we're going to come in here. Get a little of that quinacridone gold in there. You can move over your palette. Just put some of that around the edges. Yeah, this kind of goes with my gloves. Oh, that's nice. Hold that up in a second. And everything's still wet. Very good. Very good. Now, another thing you can do while it's wet is to take colored pencils or graphite or, I mentioned a scenic writing, which is that kind of writing you see in a lot of collages, that it sort of looks like it should say something and it's really pretty, but you can't quite read it. What I'm going to do is do some scribbles on this, and I would encourage you to scribble as well. Doesn't that look good? Okay, so I'm gonna take some pencil and just kind of scribble around her face, and maybe just make one trace around it, just like this, and okay, now I've created kind of an arch between these two, so they're going to be communicating with each other. This might work a little better when it's dry, but this is looking really good. Why don't you scribble some more right in there? That looks like it's really good. Yeah, that looks good. How about a circle around that? Oops, I'm sorry. And not all the way around it, just kind of bring it in. So we're just putting some different kinds of. Now, if you find that it's tearing, don't worry about it. That might be something that works to your advantage. If some of it tears off, you can get a little bit of white and come back in. See how it just adds a little bit of texture right there? I'm going to bring in some more clarity to her face. I'm going to get another paper towel. You did a good job of something. I like it in a window pane, Fred. So I'm going to take this straight edge, and I'm going to draw 2 lines down here. And I'm just using the edge of the, I mean, you can use a straight edge or whatever you want to use. And then I'm going to put 2 here, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. I may add another circle to this too, but I won't do it until I show you this. Let's scratch that. Okay, do you see what those lines did? It added a little bit of structure to kind of the chaos of the abstract, and it almost looks like you're looking through a window into whatever is going on here. It just, I don't know why that works, but I've been doing this particular technique for a long time with my collages. So why don't you, let's see, you could probably put 3 lines across there, maybe when you're